Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias.
Well, it's finally here. The large MoonGlow toothpick. It is finally here. Now, for some people, that's not a big deal. For me, it's kind of a big deal. I think I might have even had a little say in this knife finally getting released. This is a knife I have been bugging Smoky Mountain Knife Works for years. Since they first came out with the Glow series, which was several years back, I was saying, how about a large toothpick or a large fish knife? And they still should do the large fish knife in this too. Now, one of the reasons I want that is because way back in the 1950s and 60s, Camillus also had a line of glow-in-the-dark fish knives, and it had a little ghost on it, and the knife was called the Spook. It was the Spook fish knife, and it was just really cool. And I've always wanted a glow-in-the-dark toothpick or fish knife ever since seeing that one in the advertisements. And so when Rough Riders first started making the MoonGlow series, I started saying, hey, how about the large toothpick? Now, I say that about every series that Rough Ryder makes. Sometimes the toothpick makes sense in the series, sometimes it does not make sense in the series. Two of the series where I felt that it did make sense was in the Glow series and also in the Outdoorsman series, because, come on, if you're in the outdoors, what better than a folding bird and trout knife, or what better than a folding fish knife, in the Outdoorsman series. And, well, if you're fishing, what better than a knife that glows in the dark so that you can see it a little more visibly and such. And so I was bugging them for a long time, and just shortly before they announced it to the world that, yeah, they're doing the large toothpick, I got kind of a heads up that it was coming out, and then the very next day a lot of other people were also informed that, yeah, the large toothpick and Glow. It showed up on some of the Facebook groups and stuff talking about it, and well, what can I say? I really am happy that this knife has shown up. And what I even like more about it is that it's the way the original Rough Ryder toothpicks were made, and not the newer Rough Ryder toothpicks with the swedges and half stops and everything. And if you notice, 2 boxes here, that's because I've actually already bought 2 and plan to buy even more. And also, Williams Knife Life will be having a giveaway very soon, and he's going to be giving away one of these. And guess what? I am definitely going to be trying to win a free one too. So, and what I also plan on doing eventually is giving the large Glow toothpicks away too. These are really a knife that I'm excited about. And there's good reason for me to be excited about them too, because they are in pretty good shape. The quality control on this seems pretty good. And I've got 2 of them, so I'm going to break them both out and we'll look at both of them so that we can see, instead of just one knife, we'll look at 2 knives. And then see, answer some quality control questions. So let me get the other one out of the box here. Yeah, I have already looked at it. Matter of fact, the members of Kitty's Corner have already seen both of these knives because, well, they get a sneak peek ahead of you guys because every knife that I buy, or almost every knife I buy, I do an unboxing of and show it on Kitty's Corner. And not every knife I buy ends up on the regular channel. But in any case, here we have both knives. And you see there. And if we look here at the back sides, they are pretty close to the same. Now this one here, the one on top, has a minor gap going along here, if you can see it there, and it's really where it feels like the brass liner is just a little lower than the spine, or yeah, the back spring. And also, if you see here, there's a little gappage here, and that's actually the black epoxy. Notice it is pinned, it is also glued. That is some of the black epoxy right there, and it might be filling a little bit of the gap. I cannot get my finger in there or anything like that. It's not a natural gap. It is filled in with the underlying black epoxy. So that's the two of them. This one looks like it might have, yeah, the you can catch your nail on the back spring up by the bolster here. Up here it's a little smoother. Actually, you can catch it on both sides there. Not a big deal though. Also, the knives only cost $12.99. The shields are flush with the handle. Pins are also flush. You've got triple ring bolsters at the top and bottom. The rings on the top are a little larger than the ones on the bottom, if you can see that. And these rings are much closer to the rings as they used to appear on the older Rough Ryder knives. You can see here's the rings currently, not bad. This is the latest Stoneworks, and you notice the difference between the two. This has the triple ring. There's no pinching going on the bolster. It is a nickel silver bolster. You do have nickel silver pins as well. They used to use brass pins. This time they're using nickel silver pins. Now this is the Stroke of Luck. This is an older Rough Ryder large toothpick. The only difference, this one is embellished all over the place. Really wish they'd come out with the Stroke of Luck again. But the reason I'm showing you this one is because, like all of the first 5 Rough Ryder large toothpicks, no swedge, and they have gone back to no swedge on the blade. More to the point, if you open the blade, there is absolutely no half stop. Blade is nice and tight though once you get it all the way open. Really nice and tight. You got a little flex in the blade, no swedge whatsoever, but it really comes to a nice fine point, if you can see there. See how thin that point gets? It really gets narrow. So the swedge would have made it even more narrow, and that's one of the complaints I've had about it. I wished they'd have never put a swedge on the toothpicks. I'm glad to see it not on the MoonGlow one. Also, you can feel the just by pulling your finger up along here, you could feel the hollow grind on the blade. These are a nice hollow grind blade, mirror polished, hollow grind, no swedge, no half stop, but a pretty decent snap when it's closing. When you get out to about here, it will finally pop open. So these are like perfect for just closing on the side of your pant leg. And that's usually the way I close my toothpicks. You just push down on it and let it close. That's more annoying with the half stops. I know a lot of people love that pop of the half stop. For me, it just I'm indifferent on many patterns, but on the toothpick in particular, I would prefer no half stop on it. I know a lot of people love it, but you don't really need it. If anything, I would rather have a backlock toothpick than a half stop. Yeah, I would much rather have just a simple backlock, or even a liner lock on your toothpick is a better idea than a half stop. Especially if you're using it as a fish knife, and there are plenty of fish knives that had liner locks, so they could think about doing that. Obviously, I've already talked a lot about how well these knives glow. This will glow in the dark for a good 8 hours, and by that I mean you leave it in the dark for 8 hours after you've charged it, and you should be able to see it from about 10 feet away. So there you go with that. It's a very good glow-in-the-dark material that they're using on there. But all in all, just a fantastic knife, and I'm so happy that it finally came out. And I'm really happy with the styling that they did. Now I know a lot of other people are going to go, I wish it had the swedge, I wish it had the half stop. I get it. Some people really like that. But for me, the form and functionality of this knife is just the way it should be. No swedge, it doesn't need it, and no half stop. It just gets in the way of that blade opening and closing nice and smooth. And this, I mean, literally, there is no half stop. This is not a lazy half stop. This just rolls all the way around till closed. And that's what I really like to see in a toothpick, that it just rolls all the way closed. And so I'm really happy with these. And if you're looking at blade alignment, you've got two of them here. Both of them are pretty close to right down the middle. I think this one here, yeah, this side here seems to favor the show side. The one on the right here seems to favor ever so slightly the back side of the knife. But really, look at that. That's pretty dang close to right down the middle. So not bad at all on that either. And both of them have the same action. Both of them have the same type blades. So if you're looking for quality control, you got it in these knives. I mean, two of them randomly chosen, sent to me. Both of them came out pretty good. I will be ordering more of them, and I'll eventually be giving some of them away, I'm guessing. But I'm really happy just to have the MoonGlow large toothpicks back around. Well, this is the first time. Now if I can just convince them to put a toothpick in the Outdoorsman series and to put a toothpick out there in white smooth bone. And the reason I really want to see the large toothpick in white smooth bone is once you put it in white smooth bone, that allows the consumer, us guys out here who buy the knife, will be able to do scrimshaw work on it. We'll be able to dye it whatever color we want to make it. There's so many things we can do with a white smooth bone knife. And obviously, if they do this in a large toothpick and white smooth bone, please, please, please ditch the shield. We don't need a shield on our white smooth bone large toothpick. But the shield on the Glow series, I guess it's okay. I would have been just as happy with no shield on here too, though. But they're using the bow tie shield with the Rough Ryder and the double R in the middle. So anyway, I could probably talk about these knives all day long, but you're already probably bored and already left the channel. So I will stick around for some slides now and talk to you again soon, and maybe show you the small sow belly in Glow.
Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.